To me, it's the diversity and the cross-sector dialogue that takes place coming from a organization that's global and large. You have a certain view, but coming here just kind of puts a different perspective on things we discuss. And I think I find it's so much relevant, the type of ideas you get from a diversity, that I can take that back and say, what can I use that within my respective organization? So just the caliber of people, the experience they bring to the table, and the diversity.
No, I absolutely agree, because I come back, I don't know how many times I've been here, quite a few times, but the fact that it's curated so well,
Right.
like the conversation is really has essence around it. I think it allows, to have all the different companies, different viewpoints, and how they're tackling the same problems.
Right.
And that's one of the attractions that I come over and over again. So it's been fantastic from that perspective.
Yeah, and I agree. I think the fact that the challenges that we discussed even today just so relevant on what you and I do on a daily basis.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I think especially AI topic is becoming now so imperative to everything we do.
So Martin, amazing session today. What were some of your takeaways from all the discussions we had earlier?
Today, the AI session was bang on, because the context of it really resonated with me, especially because we have the same type of problems that we manage in it today. So I think, the whole concept behind AI and what maturity curve is at, and we are reaching that maturity curve that I was saying in the session too, 2 years ago when we talked about AI, and it was early time, everybody was just throwing some context around it. Nobody was specific.
Right.
But today, when I listen to everyone, the maturity, the fact that every organization, public and non-public sector, they're following the same pattern, it was amazing. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. What about yourself?
No, I think the AI session was right on the bang. I think the fact that we talked about so much about AI, but more importantly, to your point, the life cycle and the journey everyone is on. And I also feel like it's still scratching the surface. I think there's so much more to come. And from the AI discussion, we talked a bit about the Mythos thing that Anthropic released a couple of weeks ago, some of the challenges it's going to bring. I think they go so hand in hand as we are rolling out the AI use cases, either internally from a productivity point of view, or we're looking at externally from a client-facing perspective. I think the cyber threats, for example, using that, coming with a different angle, exploring some of the AI stuff that we're doing, I think that'd be a very interesting time for us for the next few years.
What are the key insights that you learned from this session?
I think for me, one of the biggest takeaway was the data governance piece, how important it is. And, going back to our AI discussion earlier, for us to get even the AI right and start having AI delivering on some of the use cases, the data governance piece is important. And we didn't touch base on too much on data quality, but I think people was leading into that governance, classification, then eventually leads to data quality, which I thought was really relevant to the discussion we had earlier. And the second one, I think the biggest takeaway for me was the data sovereignty piece. We're so much focused now with the last few months, and the fact that the new regs are coming out. We really need to be cognizant of where our data is, who has control over it. We talked about bringing your own keys, or even having your own keys for that matter in your possession. So I think that discussion for me was relevant. I think I need to give more thought on how to really, as a global organization, how do we manage data sovereignty really well in the organization. I think that there's some learnings there as well.
No, I absolutely bang on. I mean, for me as well, I think the data part of it was specifically very important, because we are a data-driven company.
Right.
And as a result of it, the sovereignty comes into the play, the data in every aspect of it. The data classification by itself, I mean, I know traditionally a lot of people were always thinking about doing it, but I do take the insight from the whole conversation, the fact that the more we do it, the more we put it in there, it's going to be helpful for the AI journey itself. The other part that it was very interesting to me that I took it away is the fact that there was a conversation about the DR specifically. I think that was really interesting too, because disaster recovery is it's becoming paramount in everything we do. And for the fact that it was brought up, few of the members in the session was talking about it, was really important. So it was all in all one of the best one I attended so far.
I couldn't agree more. I think that to your point on the data disaster, data recovery piece for me was, for us, is the next step is on resiliency. How do you keep your critical operations going even during a time of a disaster or an issue? I think that was just really nice discussion.
It was fantastic.